what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome. If this is your first time here, you are welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. In today's video, I am talking about mistakes that you do not want to make. Because it will cost you in Germany. I learned all of these things in one day, and when I got home I wrote them down in my book. If you enjoy my content, please do kindly subscribe, and if you do like the videos that I make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to turn on your notification bells, that way you know whenever I post a new video. Come on guys, come on, subscribe you guys, and give this video a like, a thumbs up, please, and also share with someone who may find this information helpful. I will read what I wrote, and then if it needs any explanation, I will. So the first lesson that I learned, and you guys' first point, is never ever sign any contract without reading it properly and truly understanding it. If it's a situation whereby they kind of want to let you sign the contract right there and there, you go ahead and you tell them, I'm sorry, but I have to read and understand. And in this case, if the contract is in Germany, you might want to find somebody who understands German much better than you do. You can use Google, but when it comes to signing documents, if it's something that has to do with you putting your signature, I would not depend on Google. Yes, it's correct, but sometimes it interprets it wrong as to how it's actually meant. So I would advise that you get somebody that understands the German language much better than you do, and get them to basically explain it to you. Do not, I tell you, do not sign a contract that you have not fully understood. Number 2 is that always get a receipt upon payment. Like, I have noticed that in supermarkets, almost all the times in my case, in my experience, they almost ask you, what am I saying? I'm so agitated because this was like a lot for me to take in. I've noticed that in supermarkets, according to my experience, they ask you if you want a receipt in a supermarket. As to why they do it, I don't really know, because usually back at home you would just get your receipt. Most cases, as how I have experienced it, they always ask you, do you want your receipt? Even if you've bought something little or something big, they always ask you, do you want your receipt? Then feel weird to always be like, yes, I want my receipt. So I ended up having a tendency that whenever I buy something small, I would just tell them, oh no, it's fine, you can keep the receipt. I know it's fine, you can keep the receipt. Such to the extent that I got so used to it that even when I bought something big, I bought something big, but then I had to pay a certain amount, and they asked me, do you want the receipt? It was now at the back of my mind. I was just like, no, you can keep it. I didn't bother, but it costed me. It costed me a huge amount of money later on, and the worst part was I could not even go back and say, hey, hello, why have you guys withdrawn money from my account for this thing, but I already paid for it, because I unconsciously said, yes, you guys can keep the receipt, so they kept it. But then later on I saw that they withdrew money from my account, and I did not have evidence to show them, like, I paid for this thing, why are you guys taking the money again? It was so frustrating. Even now, thinking about it, it's so frustrating, because I could have kept my receipt. I could have just taken it. And ever since then, even if I buy a small thing, even if it's just a lollipop, can you give you the receipt? Yes. Even if I buy something that is costing me €1, I honestly would rather have my €1 receipt than have to regret the way I did and having to breathe out, because even because it was a lot. It was a lot for me to take in and learn all in one day and one time. But again, I give all the glory to God, because as a child of God, I know that he turns whatever the devil meant for bad for my good. So it's all good. It's just in the moment. Okay. The third point is, okay, wait, I wrote it in my mother language. Important things that need to be. Okay, so the third point is that always write down things that you need to do. Like have a to-do list and check it every day. For some reason, it's so easy to have a lot of things going through your mind. You're like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do A, B, C, D. But the reason why I put this point in here was because I ended up forgetting a very important appointment, because I had a really lot of things. You guys might be like, it must have not been that important to you, but I am kidding you not. It really was that important. I mean, with work, with a lot of stuff that will be going on in your life, it can be so easy to then remember something when you're lying on your bed and be like, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that. So now I am not joking. I now have a to-do list that I write, and I literally put it on my table or somewhere where I can look at it every day, but I am forced to see it. So I keep it in my sight so that before I go to sleep, I just run through it and be like, okay, what is the most important thing on my to-do list? It's so easy to say, a to-do list, but I'm telling you, in Germany, a to-do list helps. I have seen that the people here, they have calendars that have spaces in which you can write. Have a to-do list that you can be able to check each and every day. If possible, just run through it 1 minute before you walk out the door. That way you remember what you have to do. Y'all, number 4 is I'm a little bit worked up, but it's okay. We're gonna get through this video. Number 4 is, don't tell people about your private life, like how much you earn, your future plans, your family history, where you stay. I personally would not advise for you to disclose of such information if you don't have to. There are some conversations whereby you're just maybe talking with people randomly, and you notice that the conversation is starting to get a little bit too deep, like someone wanting to know like your history, what your family does or something like that. I personally have learned that you do not disclose of it. I don't have, and I should not disclose of my personal private life, except if I really have to. Unless if it is important, it is none of their business, and you do not have to tell them that. If you see that the conversation, like I said, is getting too deep, you can simply tell them, I'm not sure I'm comfortable talking about that. I literally wrote this. No matter how nice they are, my private life is my private life. Who deserves to know my private life? Him. Only him. God. And situations whereby you really, really have to. Ansonsten, nein. Number 5. Thankfully, by the grace of God, I did not have to learn this one the hard way. But a friend of mine, Daryl, he's the one that told this point to me before I even came to Germany. And I am telling you, it has been very, very helpful to me. Don't throw away papers. I have to say, I am kind of surprised as to how Germany makes use of paper system, like letters. They have like letters, like if you're sending documents, contracts, they literally use the mail, like post, like a postman literally delivering letters to the homes. I don't know, before I came, I was under the impression like, Germany is a first world country, so they obviously don't do paper. They probably just stick only to emails and stuff like that. But no, they actually still have the paper manual system going on. And I don't know, I'm now used to it actually. The only downside to it is that you end up having to have a lot of papers on you, and of course sometimes you might be tempted to throw away some. My friend told me this in Shona, and he said that means you don't throw away papers. And I remember when I first arrived, I was actually so scared, if I can say. I was actually so scared of throwing away papers, to the extent that when I first arrived, I would keep a receipt for like, I don't know, a month or 2 or 3 or something like a simple receipt. It is so important to keep your papers in Germany. You will save yourself a lot of trouble, unless if you've gone 5 years or something like that. I still, in fact, no, keep your papers, especially papers that you get per post. So anyways, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything, please make sure to give this video a like, give this video a thumbs up, guys, please. And also kindly subscribe, and when you do, make sure also to turn on the notification bell right here. That way you are notified whenever I post a new video. And also kindly please do share this video with somebody who you think might learn from this video. Tell me as well if you guys have experienced what I had to go through. God will always use what the devil has meant for evil for our good. So no matter what it is, as long as you involve God in your business, he's gonna take care of you. Okay guys, you probably can tell that it's night time. Yeah, so have a good night and stay blessed.